Over the years, I've noticed something interesting. The questions people ask publicly are often very different from the questions they ask privately. In public, people ask things like, how long does a green card take? What's the latest immigration update? But behind closed doors, the questions sound very different. They're often more personal, more complicated, and sometimes they're questions people have been carrying for years because they're afraid of the answer. Today, we're talking about some of the immigration questions people are often too afraid to ask. Hi, I'm Rachel Ratto, an immigration attorney. One of the most important things I want people to understand is that fear prevents many immigrants from getting the information they need. Sometimes people wait years before speaking with an attorney because they're afraid they'll hear bad news. But in many situations, not knowing can be more damaging than the answer itself. So today, let's discuss some of the questions I hear most often during private consultations. Question 1. What if I enter the United States illegally? Let's start with one of the biggest fears people have. Many immigrants believe that entering without inspection automatically means they have no immigration options. That's simply not true. Now, does entering without inspection create challenges? Absolutely. But immigration law is much more complex than a simple yes or no. Depending on your circumstances, there may be options available. The biggest mistake people can make is assuming they don't qualify for anything and never exploring their situation further. Question 2. What if my visa expired years ago? This is another incredibly common concern. Someone comes to the United States legally. Life happens. Maybe they stay longer than they expected. Years pass, and eventually they convince themselves they've lost every possible option. The reality is that overstaying a visa does not automatically mean your immigration journey is over. Every situation is different. The key is understanding how your immigration history affects your available options. Question 3. What if I've been working without work authorization? This is one of the questions people often whisper. They're embarrassed, they're nervous, and they assume the answer will immediately destroy their case. The truth is that immigration law contains many different categories and exceptions. The impact of unauthorized employment depends heavily on the specific facts of the case and the type of immigration benefit being sought. This is why individualized legal advice is so important. Question 4. What if my immigration case was denied? I can't tell you how many people assume a denial means the end of the road. Sometimes that's not true at all. A denial may create challenges. It may require a different strategy. It may limit certain options, but in many situations, additional immigration pathways may still exist. The key is understanding why the case was denied and what options remain available. Question 5. What if my marriage is ending? This is an emotional one. Many immigrants worry that a divorce automatically destroys every immigration option they may have had. The reality depends on the circumstances. In some situations, immigration benefits may still be available. In others, different pathways may need to be explored. The most important thing is not making assumptions before getting accurate legal advice. Question 6. What if I've been arrested? This is often one of the hardest questions for people to ask. Many individuals are afraid that any arrest automatically means that they can never fix their immigration status. But immigration law does not treat every situation the same way. The specific charge, the outcome of the case, the timing, the immigration benefit being sought, all of these factors can matter. That's why it's critical to have your records reviewed before assuming the worst. Question 7. What if I don't have status at all? This may be the question I hear most often. People come into my office and say, Rachel, I don't have status. I don't think there's anything I could do. And sometimes, after asking just a few questions, we discover there may be options they never knew existed. Maybe there's a family-based option, maybe a humanitarian option, maybe VAWA, maybe a U visa, maybe something else entirely. The point is that assumptions can be dangerous. If there's one thing I want you to take away from today's video, it's this. The questions you're afraid to ask are often the questions you should ask first. Immigration law is complicated. Every case is unique, and the answer is rarely as simple as what you read online or hear from a friend. Don't let fear stop you from understanding your rights and your options. If you've been carrying questions about your immigration situation and you're afraid of what the answer might be, don't spend another year guessing. Our office helps individuals and families understand their options and make informed decisions about their future. Contact us today to schedule a consultation. And if you found this video helpful, subscribe to our channel for more immigration updates, legal insights, and answers to the questions people are often too afraid to ask.